This is Jonathan Aguilar, fifth pro boxing fans, joined by two-time world champion Regis Prograis. Regis, good to see you. How
Yes,
have
sir.
you been? How's life?
Life is great, man. A little tired right now. I woke up, went to the gym. Same thing, man. I still train every day. Just kind of waiting for a fight day. That's all. But yeah, life is good, man. Right now it's summertime. My kids out of school, so right now I'm kind of back and forth between Houston and New Orleans, and before I start training again. But that's it.
Now, seen on your Instagram, you've been doing a different kind of challenge. I think it was a 3-day fast. I don't know if it's over.
It's
Is it
over. It's over. Yeah, it's over. It's
over?
definitely over. Tuesday, it ended on Tuesday for me. So I started Saturday and until Tuesday. So I did a 3-day fast and it was all right. It was cool.
What was the thinking behind that? Have you done that before?
I do them. I just kind of fast. I do it on a regular basis, really. So this was the first time I ever did a 3-day dry fast. So it was 3 days, no food or no water, no nothing. Besides like put water in my mouth when I brush my teeth. But that was, that's it. But this was the first time. I mean, I kind of just do it. It's from I do like I'm kind of like a health freak. I like things find out about the body, what makes the body age better, and that's one of the things that it really helps you out. Like mental, you have better mental clarity. You just better with your body, your skin, just everything is. When you do fast, you don't. A lot of people think you need to eat every day, and just it's really not true. You really don't need to eat every day. So it's I do it a lot. I kind of started doing that when I go to New Orleans and I'll eat a lot of like a bunch of junk food and bullshit. And then once I do that, I kind of just I'll fast. I don't eat nothing, so all of your body kind of eat itself, and that's kind of I started doing that, and I feel good after I finish it.
Mm. Well, I've seen you're back in training, back in it looks like a garage. You've got your like
All my stuff,
the
yeah,
car tires which you punch
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
keep
Uh
working.
huh.
Are you back and ready to go? Where are you in your training?
I mean, I don't have a fight date. If that's what you're asking, I don't have a fight date yet, but I am ready to get a fight date. I'm definitely. I feel like, man, like I was scheduled to fight Oscar Duarte, and then I hurt myself, and now my neck is way better. So I am, man. I'm ready to get back in training camp. I'm right now, like I said, I'm just training. I'm not in camp right now, but I just want to keep sharp. I want to keep, of course keep in shape, keep fit, and then once I get back in camp, it's just it'll be go time.
So after the Jack Hatchell fight, post fight, you kind of said maybe I'll go into bare knuckle.
hmm
What was the thoughts and how long did it take for you to be like, nah, I'm
I,
staying
I
with it?
changed my mind. I was just talking shit. I changed my mind. I was just talking. That's all. I was just talking at the time. You always have different emotions. Especially once you get outside the ring, you always have different things. Different things go through your mind. But it's like, nah, man. I have way too much to offer in boxing. I still want to be a champion again. Um, and nah, I'm not going nowhere. And I'm staying in boxing.
You have always said to me over the years I've spoken to you that you really wanted to go back to the UK, get that ticked off before you called it a day. You did that. How was it going back?
It was. I mean, it was cool. I just don't feel like it was. I think it was a good experience. We packed the house both times. I fought. I did pack the house out. So it was a good thing. But I'm like, now I feel like, man, I want to stay stateside. It was cool to be there, but it's like now, all right, I need to stay in my country and do my own thing. And yeah, I think, and as far as I think, all the belts are here anyway, so it won't be no point to go back there anyway.
Mm. So obviously you had the run at 140, you did what you wanted, you became two-time champion. Where's the
Mm-hmm.
future? Is it 140 or 147?
I'm staying at 140. I'm staying at 140. I feel like I want to stay at 140 my whole career. That's why I do fasting too. That's another reason why I do fast. To see if my body can still go down and I can still. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what my weight was, but I was actually way lower than what I thought I was after I did a fast. So, now I'm staying at 140 unless. Of course, they offer the right money for the 147. There's like, all right, sometimes money does talk. But for me, I'm more about a legacy person, and yeah, I do want to stay at 140.
You always say that when you've got the belt, that's what your goal is, and then once you've got it, you need a new challenge. So how mo
Right.
are you to become a three-time world champion?
And I'm super motivated, bro. Like I train every day. Like it's no reason for me to be training every day except because I just want a belt again. I want to be a champion again. So I know I'm very dangerous when when I don't have a belt. I know I'm dangerous. When I'm trying to climb back to the top, I'm real dangerous. But yeah, once I get it, it's like all right, I did it, and I don't really care. It's like I don't really care about it so much. But right now, I train, man. I'm just training every day. I'm just trying to do things that will make me better to be a champion again.
Now, obviously, you'll fight anyone. You're a fighter, but is there anyone specifically that you're targeting and you look at and you want to fight?
Man, I just want to get back to I just want to get back in line again to like at one point where I was like one of the most dangerous men in my division, probably the most dangerous man in my division, and I just want to get back to that point again. It's not about I don't really have names or nothing like that. I don't really care. I just want to get back to just being me, get back to being one of the most dangerous people in my division and being a champion again. And for me, I do um just get there and whoever has the belt, that's who I'm gonna go after. It doesn't matter who has the belt at 140. That's who I'll go after.
You've only lost to elite people in your career, but
Mhm.
I think some people might look at you and think that he has had a few losses now. Maybe we'll get him now, and it's the right time. Is that how you think people might look at you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I know how boxing is. I know what people would think. I would think the same thing. If I was like somebody up and coming, I would look at me like, all right, I'm gonna get him. But it's like I think that'll be a mistake. I'm still really hungry. You cannot. The thing is, you can try to measure the things on the outside, but you cannot measure what's in here. What's in here? What's in here? You can't measure it. So, yeah, let people think what they want. But I'm super hungry right now.
Now, there's a big fight coming up in a couple of weeks between Hitchens and Kambosos. First,
hmm
who do you think wins, and do you want the winner?
I'll definitely fight the winner. I'll fight both of them in the same night, to be honest. Them two, but anyways, I think Hitchison is supposed to win. I definitely think Hitchison he should win that fight. I think he just, he's one of those. He's one of those people that's just a good boxer that's gonna kind of move around, and I think that Cambosis won't be able to catch up to him. So I think that yeah, I think Hitchens should definitely beat him easily, maybe stop him.
What's your thoughts on Kambosos? Because despite his losses, he is getting opportunities. He sells a fight really well, and you and him going back and forth is would be good viewing anyway. So,
It,
what's
it
your thoughts
really would
on
be, yeah.
Kambosos?
I mean, for me, man. Look, I'm never a hater for nobody. I'm always like, man, like the thing about boxing, man, like we want to make as much money as we can. We want to make it's people want to do legacy, but at the same time, man, people want to make their money. And I think man, Kambosos was very limited, but he made way more money than he ever thought he was gonna make. He fought a lot of big fights. He does, just because of that one win from Tio, and then after that one win, he got so much opportunity. So for me, I'm happy for him. But yeah, of course, I'll definitely fight him if it comes to that one day.
Hmm. We obviously saw in the UK Josh Taylor lose the other night.
Mhm.
Do you see the fight, and do you think a lot of people are saying, look, it's maybe time to call it a day? Do you agree with that?
I didn't see the fight, but from what I heard, yeah, they saying that he's pretty much done. I don't know, man. It's always up to the fighter if they think they done or not. But I mean, you got to realize, man, Josh Taylor. I only think he had like 20 something fights, and like he had a lot of hard fights. He was one hell of a fighter back in the day. But you do see him fading. He was fading for a long time. So maybe it is time for him to call it. I wouldn't. If I was him, I wouldn't call it just yet. I was all right. I would want to take another fight, and then see if I should really call it um, because this was his first fight at 147, and like I said, if I was him, I would probably try to at least do one more and then see if that's the right call. But you definitely never want to keep going longer than what you're supposed to because of course we have the brain damage, CTE, and all that type of stuff you have to worry about. So I wouldn't want him to do that, but at the same time, I don't think he should call it just yet. I think at least test out one more fight and then kind of see where it's at.
You two had the fight of the year in 2019. We always thought we'd see it again, maybe at 47, maybe at 40. Never happened.
All right.
Would you rematch him at 47 or a catch weight, or do you want to just leave that as the legacy fight that it was and leave it there?
Um, I mean, I think that I would kind of revisit it, but it's not kind of my path. My path is to be a champion again, and I feel like that's not nothing that's if it is, it'll just be a fight. I think that'll be a fight. It'll be a big money fight, maybe not, but it'll just be kind of just a fight between two former champions. So it won't be nothing for me to kind of get back on my horse again. Nothing for me to be a champion again. It won't be building to nothing. But of course, I'm open to fight, and I'm a fighter. I'm open to fight anybody. And if it does come, if it's for big money, then of course, we could do it at a catch weight or something like that. But just to do it, it's not really interesting to me. I want to be a champion again.
And we've seen a lot of these big fights ending up on Riyadh season cards or Ring Magazine cards. Is that something that we could see you on this year, or yeah, later this year?
Hey, maybe, man. You never know. That's up to my manager, and we'll kind of see what's going on with that. It's all up to that. I'm just a fighter. I fight, and it's up to my manager and the money and all that type of stuff. So we'll see. I'm not opposed to none of that stuff.
Just a couple other things to ask you, Regis. Teofimo Lopez was apparent. Well, they were talking about him against Boots. That
Hmm
fight doesn't seem like it's happening. Now they're talking about him and Haney. Then they're talking about that the fight's not happening because of what he was saying on Twitter. Just your
hmm
thoughts on the whole situation.
I don't know what he was saying. I stayed on Twitter for a while. I don't know what he was saying on Twitter, but I think that I think Boots will be too much for him. I really think Boots is too much for Tio. I don't think that's a good fight for him. I mean, Tio, he looked okay, because sometimes Tio looks good and sometimes he looks bad. I think Boots is. I mean, he has about the same skill, but Boots is way bigger and way stronger. So, and then he has a chin also. So I think Tio should not. Should leave somebody like Boots alone. With the Haney fight, I think it really will be a hard fight for Tio, and just because of styles. We all know, but I know myself firsthand better than anybody else. Taney has quick feet, so he's gonna run around the ring. He'll try to get out the way as much as he can. So I think Tio would have a difficult time with somebody like Haney. Now, I don't know who's the better fighter. It may be it's Tio, but at the same time, man, like Tio needs somebody that's gonna come to him. If you look at his style, if you come to Tio is great. If you move away from him, he's not that good. So Haney is, we know how he's gonna fight. He's gonna move around a lot, a whole lot. So that'll be a bad matchup for Tio. And I mean, as far as that, I don't know what he put on Twitter and stuff like that. I just don't like the racist stuff he says. Sometimes he says a lot of racist stuff. It seems like he says racist stuff, and I mean, we don't deal. I don't really like that, so I don't know what his aim is in trying to do that. But it's just I don't know. I don't think it's cool.
And just lastly, mega fight in September, Canelo and Crawford. We're still waiting the venue, but
Right.
believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, you sparred Crawford in the past.
No,
Uh,
I never fought Crawford. We were supposed to fight. Me and him I didn't say we were supposed to fight. At the time, Crawford was undisputed and I was coming up. I was next in line for one of those belts. And so he was undisputed. He went up to 147. He let all the belts go and then I grabbed the belt. And then all the belts was all around. So I kind of grabbed the belt like right when he let one of the belts go. But we never sparred. We always talked, but we never kind of sparred and
yeah.
stuff like that. I wanted to fight him at one point in time.
Who do you think wins that fight?
Man, at first I was saying Canelo, and I'm still gonna say Canelo. But I think Crawford is and I might change my mind again, but I don't know, man. Crawford he is one of those special fighters. Canelo's a special fighter also, but Crawford just and I say this from a long time ago, man. I like with one of my coaches, I used to like he never think that Crawford was that good. I say, listen, Crawford is really good, bro. Like I studied boxing for a long time. I think you could put Crawford up there with like the Sugar Ray Leonards, the Sugar Ray Robinsons, the Floyd Mayweathers, Tommy Hearns, Hagglers. You could put him up there with those fighters because he's that good. And I said that long when he was at 140, going to 147, I said that. And now he's fighting Canelo. So I just think, man, he is one of those special type of fighters. I still have Canelo. I'm not gonna lie, I still have Canelo, but I won't be surprised if Crawford could pull it off.
And if he did pull that off, where would you rank him in the all-time list? You're a historian. Where would you put him?
He's high, man. He's up there. Like I said, I can't. I don't know if you can put him one, top 10, top five. It depends on the person's list, but he's up there. He's up there with the Floyds, the Ray Leonard, the Ray Robinson, Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, Ali. I think you could put him up there, and it all depends on the person, But man, he's high up. If he can beat Canelo, he's really, really high up there.
Mm. Well, Regis, appreciate your time as always. We hope to see you back in the ring soon.
Yes, sir.
Like I say, you're a two-time world champion. You have the opportunity, hopefully, to become a three-time world champion. Are there any other goals you have left in your career?
Right now, three-time champion. Right now, that's the only thing I do have. I don't want to keep. Sometimes in boxing, man, you have so many different goals. You have, like you look at this fight, past this fight, and you can't. You need to get past, get through that one fight first. So right now, I just want to be a three. That's my main goal, to be a three-time champion and run through whoever is in front of me to be a three-time champion. Then after that, we'll see what happens.
And surely a fight in Vegas is on the cards. I
I
can't
have to
remember
fight
if
in
I saw
Vegas,
that.
man. I do have to fight in Vegas, man. I fought all around. I fought in New York and in places, and I just fought way. I fought in Dubai, I fought in the UK, and of course in New York and Texas and New Orleans and California. But I never fought in Vegas. That's crazy. So I do. I think that's something I do have to scratch off my list is to be a three-time champion and to fight in Vegas. But I actually started training in Vegas now, so if I don't fight there, it's like I still train there. I still do train there a lot, and I still have roots there now. So, it won't be as bad. But three-time champion, I really want that.
And is another reason, just lastly, is another reason you want to become three-time world champion to get into the Hall of Fame as well? Because I know you being a historian,
Yes,
if you made it into the Hall of Fame, that'd probably be the biggest achievement of your career.
I think so. Yes, definitely for sure. I think once I become a three-time champion, then yeah, I should be solidified. I feel like I would be solidified into the Hall of Fame. When I can become a three-time champion, that is something that I definitely. That's something I definitely do want. That's something I'm chasing. That's something I definitely do want. So, and that's why I feel like that's why I'm so hungry right now. I'm just doing so many different things. Like I can chill. I can sit back. I don't have to fast. I don't have to do none of this stuff. But I keep doing it and trying to keep getting better because I do want that. Yeah.
Regis, appreciate your time, and I'll hopefully catch up when you do get some fight news.